been several things that took place in Israel in the last year. And before I invite Mati Weinstein to speak about what ZAKA are doing, I would like to show you something about Israel that maybe not too many people are aware of. Israelis are creative not only in high tech and not only in technology. Israel is becoming creative in content, in TV formats. Paranormal Activity made its fourth or fifth premiere this year. The film director is working currently with Steven Spielberg and is doing very well. That's from the premiere. Kidon was an example for multinational collaborations with Israeli Oleh Hadash from France, being the director, making a movie about how the Mossad killed Mabchouch, and he did it with a co-production with France, including filming in the French ambassador residency with a lot of humor and support. And even Quentin Tarantino got interested in what goes on here in content. Last Purim, who here knows what Harlem Shake is? Okay. So last Purim, Tel Aviv held the biggest Harlem Shake ever in the world, with 70,000 people wearing costumes for Purim and dancing for hours. I was there. And we also saved a Bengal tiger, flew over from abroad to Israel to the safari in Ramat Gan to have a very unique operation. These are all examples of a Jewish concept that is called Tikkun Olam. It means to fix the world, to make it better, and to make it better not only for ourselves, but for everyone around us. And I would like to invite Mati from ZAKA. ZAKA is a who here doesn't know what ZAKA is? Okay, well, Mati is going to show you how ZAKA are going through a rebranding process, same as Israel, telling you some things you probably didn't know about ZAKA.
Thank you very much. Okay, in the couple minutes that I have, I want to explain you special people of technology, how your technology can help us save lives in different places in Israel and throughout the world. So in the presentation I'll have here, I'll first explain you a little bit how our organization started and how, even though we expand in all kind of different aspects of saving lives and taking care of their remains, that are people that got killed, technology is there for us. And because your kind of people, we use the Life Compass technology, which lets us save lives. Okay, so ZAKA started in 1989. Whoever knows or doesn't know, the 405 bus left from Tel Aviv and was tipped over on the way to Yerushalayim. Then the Israeli government and Israeli people realized that there isn't a group that takes care of remains of bodies, so ZAKA started. ZAKA started with the chairman Yuda Meshizav, that's here with us today, that believe that people that are from the hardcore Haredi community can come and help in different ways, even though they don't go to the army, and take care of something that a lot of people want to run for. A lot of times I told my friends, we always run into places where people run out of. Okay, so that's what he created. In the beginning, it was really a hardcore Haredi a group that came and helped with one agenda to take care of the remains of all the explosions we had. As you don't know today, in Israel there's between 40 to 50 non-natural deaths every week. We have a very bad problem of the people don't know how to drive in our country. This is on the way to Eilat. If you remember, 2 years ago, 2 buses had a race. So a lot of tourists from Russia died, unfortunately. But we also realized that our volunteers get to the scene pretty fast. So why not get more people involved in helping other people? So ZAKA expanded in those days and opened their Ambocycles unit. In those days, Magen David Adom used to train the ZAKA volunteers. But again, Yuda came with something very, very unique, and that's the Ambocycles, which means an ambulance takes very, very long to get to the scene. Why should we wait so much? As we know in medical life, me as a paramedic, is we have the first 5 to 7 minutes to make sure that the oxygen comes to someone's brain when something happens. So an ambulance takes very, very long. As we know, traffic is very, very tight in different hours in different places around the world, around Israel, and therefore we have to have an ambocycle that has all the equipment in the back that we can get fast to the scene. Yehuda Meshizav went into the Prime Minister and tried to get this legal, and he really did. ZAKA today works together with the police department in 6 different regions. Okay, like I said in the beginning, ZAKA started as a very small group, 50 people. Today ZAKA has 2,500 people in 6 regions, in different units. Like I told you, we started with Chesed Shel Emet, what everybody knows. But today we also have medics and paramedics. We do also search and rescue. And we take the technology that you guys bring and work so long to save lives. We use the Life Compass system, which gives us an opportunity to make sure that the volunteer that has the right skills can get to the right place. I'll give you an example. Yesterday there was a search and rescue for some guy who went for a long swim in Yerushalayim in one of the lakes down in Motza, and they didn't find him. Okay? I live in Mevo Choron. I work in Yerushalayim. The system will target my phone as a GPS hotline, and say, okay, right now I'm very close to the scene. The commander of the search and rescue team is looking for 50 or 60 volunteers. It's going to page all the 50, 60 volunteers that are very close, and therefore with the technology you're sitting and building all days, we save lives, and that's something that's very important. Another major thing that ZAKA did throughout the years is we believe that whoever wants to help is welcome. Like I said, it started as the hardcore Haredi group. Today we have from and not from boys and girls in the different units. We have Arabs and Jews. Whoever wants to be part of the emergency volunteer system in Israel and is here to give, he's happy to join the club. And I think that's very important, because as you people go out there and want to do all kind of joint ventures with people, a lot of times one of the main problems we saw with different organizations that we try to work together is people claim that the other company or the other group of people are coming to take the show. We learned in ZAKA that if we give the volunteers the right platform of giving the other, it only collaborates a much bigger number, and we can activate much faster. As you see here, the divings unit started from people from the army that came to Yehuda Meshizav and said, listen, we have the skills from the army and we want to help. We know that there's people that are missing, and you can use the divings unit. And Yehuda Meshizav said, great, we have the platform, come and do it. And people from the Navy SEALs came and trained other people, and they trained the trainer. And today the unit has 300 volunteers, again, throughout the country, that come and volunteer and work together. Like I said, from and non-from, boys and girls and Jews and Arabs, everybody have one goal, and it's something that's very, very unique. ZAKA is also very unique, that we were recognized by the UN a couple of years ago as an NGO. There's 2 NGOs in Israel. One of them is ZAKA, you probably know or you don't know, and the other one is ZAKA. And what we want to do and try to do and do with this NGO that we have is we train Jewish communities throughout the world to deal with terror attacks. If we can go back 5 years ago, we had the explosion in the Bombay in India, Um, as a big country said, you know something, we know how to do it by ourselves. ZAKA as an NGO went out there and helped this is the Mumbai house, to bring the remains, to bring the bodies. Today ZAKA trains Jewish communities throughout the world in three main things. A, what to do in the first 15 minutes when something happens in their community, like we know happened in Toulouse, like happened in Bulgaria, like happens every 3 days in the Ukraine. The second thing we want to train them is how to take and deal with all kind of remains that they have, and something that's very important is how to deal with a disaster in the community. I know you're going out in a couple of days or weeks to this event you have in Barcelona. What we bring into the table is in the beginning of 2014, we decided ZAKA to collaborate together with United Hatzalah, which is the organization that does first respond in Israel. And for the last 2 years, we were talking about it a lot, and a lot of people said, you know, different organizations are going to fight with each other. It's not going to work. Everybody wants to lead the game. And we accomplished that once we collaborate together as a platform of emergency response of volunteers in Israel, we're not 2 together, we're 10. And that's very, very important because now that we use the technology of the Life Compass, we don't have 2,500 volunteers. We have close to 5,000 volunteers on the same system, all have the same goal of saving lives. And I think the main goal that we bring it into the table is with your technology and with your way of bringing technology into the emergency response, we can save lives. Thank you very much.